Testing, testing. Me. There it is. Ah, there you go. Good afternoon. Welcome to our Christmas Eve, Christmas Candlelight Smashed Up Service. So we're grateful to have you here. We're grateful for all those that are streaming as well. At some point, we're going to turn this monitor on up here. That'd be great. And, you know, this year, because Christmas is on Sunday, we thought we would do our Sunday service this afternoon so that people can just kick back and enjoy their Christmas morning however they want to. And I know that a lot of people will be enjoying this service a little bit later. We've had a lot of people traveling, so I just want to, and we really need to treat for a good number of people who are actually not feeling all their 100% health right now. There seems to be this COVID thing that won't go away. That's joined up with its first cousin called the flu, and they're kicking people's butts around here. We're not liking that, so we're going to pray that away when we have our prayer session later on. But in the meantime, it's always good this time of year to join voices together. When we join voices together, what happens is we begin to align with each other. We've got a wonderful service planned for you this afternoon with all kinds of people participating, and thank you for all of those that are participating in the service, that are here to help make the service happen, including our wonderful music team. I'm loving our guest pianist hat. That is very festive. Thank you so much. And let's kick things off. Shall we stand and sing this Christmas medley?
Well, you can do whatever you want.
All right. So if you feel,
The lyrics are
going to be on the screen.
It's a
The
little
band's
medley
going to
of
play.
songs.
I'll
Sing
turn it over to
along.
Sherry. Go ahead.
Give me that C7. No, no, no.
Yeah.
Everybody. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Here we go. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. Wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. You better be good for goodness sake. You better be good for good. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and it, like everybody in this room, you would say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer game. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Yeah! Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Oh, oh, Feliz Navidad. Oh, yeah. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Come on, everybody. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. A Merry Christmas. Wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha. Woo!
Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. Join me, Marianne. Come on up. All right, so I'm going to invite you to do an opening treatment for us. And while you do that, I'm going to go over here and light our God candle.
All right, so I invite you all to know with me what a joy it is to be centered and grounded in this one light, this one love, this one infinite, brilliant, radiant life. That life is perfect. That life is God's life. That life is my life. That life is each and every one of your lives now. And so I speak my word, and I claim that this service, this experience, is a joy and a blessing to all. I claim that each and every one within the sound of my voice is lifted up to this high vibration of the light that returns now. And so it is with a grateful heart that I give thanks for everyone that's come together to be in this service, to be a part of it, to be expressing through and as the divine spark of the infinite that each and every one is. And so with joy and celebration, I surrender this word to the creative field. I let it go. I let it be. And so it is.
And so it is.
Come on, Mark.
All right.
Mark Backrack. Dean.
We also have another holiday out going on.
Yeah.
And it is the 7th, I think tonight's the 7th night of Hanukkah. And so we are so fortunate to have our own in-house cantor.
And
his lovely assistant, Dina. So I'm gonna turn it over to you two and let you help us celebrate one of the original holidays of all holidays.
Deal.
One of the original miracles of all miracles, too. Right? Speaking of miracles, you're our miracle.
Hanukkah socks?
The reveal. Are we far enough away? Yes, we are. Okay. So, like Reverend Stephen just said, tonight is the 7th candle, and tomorrow night is the 8th candle. That's the final night of Hanukkah, and it coincides with the night before Christmas, Christmas Eve. Now, the cool thing is that in Judaism, a day starts at sundown and ends the next sundown. So Christmas and the last day of Hanukkah have merged this year. How cool is that? Now, fun fact, because the Jewish calendar is lunar, in the year 3035, not only will Hanukkah not be anywhere near Christmas, it won't even fall in December. It's going to fall in January. Wait for it. 3035.
Oh, we won't.
Tell us what the weather will be, Stephen. Hot. So two other fun facts. My rabbi, Rabbi Stan Levy, when he was in college, he was the Jewish consultant for a gentleman who wanted to create a new holiday. It was called Kwanzaa. And so that man asked Stan a lot of questions about the menorah for Hanukkah. And he asked something that no one had ever asked him before. He said, what does each light represent in terms of a value in your culture? And Stad said, basically, we just light another light each night and it gets brighter. But that caused him to think. And so he started a tradition because of that question that was asked of him by another tradition or an incipient tradition, thinking about what this light represents to me each night, which value. And so every night, many of us think about what that light means to us. And for me, this light tonight is about kindness. So publicly, because Hanukkah is all about rededication, right? I'm going to rededication my energy to kindness in deeds, not sherry, but actions, right? In it was low-hanging fruit. I'm sorry. Okay. Words and also even in my tone of voice. That's most particular. So the shamash, which we're about to light. Watch this. Nothing in my sleeves. You do that so preciously. The shamash is the one that's higher than the other ones. It's the candle elevated. It's not the 8 candles. It's the one that lights the other candles. And it's the wonderful thing, the lesson we can take from that is that it doesn't lose anything by lighting the other candles. It shares its light with the other candles, and it continues to be, shall we say, in the contemporary world, just as lit as every other candle. Again, low-hanging fruit. So, think about it. When we pass on our light to others, when we're kind, when we reach out during the darkest physical time of the season, we all have the power not only to become enlightened ourselves, but to enlighten others. So, this preliminary prayer to lighting the lights is called Light These Lights. So, Hear My Prayer was written by Debbie Friedman of blessed memory, who led worship not far from here in Simi Valley for many years at Brandeis Bardeen. She also sang at Carnegie Hall, which I have not done yet. Thank you. Oh, hear my prayer. I sing to you. Be gracious to these ones I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say amen. Try it with me. Let us light these lights. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and see the way to you, and let us say amen. Beautiful. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say amen. Oh, hear my prayer, I sing to you. Be gracious to these ones I love, and bless them with goodness, mercy, and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. Let us light these lights, see the way to you, and let us say amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say amen, and let us say amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher kirshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Hanukkah. Baruch אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה. Which means you made great miracles happen a long time ago at this season to us. Thanks, thanks, thanks.
The second honor doesn't happen tonight?
First two nights. But since it's the first time, we could. Are you jonesing? All right. Well, by special request, there is a blessing that is really a centering blessing. It's a centering blessing for the pick that dropped on the floor. For anything, for an event that's never happened before, for a wedding, for a season, for the beginning of any festival. This happens to be the end of the festival, but it's the first time that we've ever done it like this, so we're going to do it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. And now we have the complete set of blessings. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you, Mark. This is the part of Science of Mind I love so much, that we get to celebrate all paths to God and truly do it and really feel it. And having you here and to sing these songs for us and these blessings is beautiful. And Dina, always great to have you. You did it wonderfully. I mean, what a star. What a star. Rock star, baby. There it is.
7 stars.
7 rock stars. All right. Sherry is going to introduce all of her friends to sing for us today.
Well, it's all of our friends, not just
Yeah.
my friend. But hey, you know this lady, Cheryl Collins, who does so much for this center. And did you know she can sing?
I am COVID negative, and I have finished my antibiotics, but bear with me. The voice is a little rusty, but I'm going to do my best.
We're all like,
Just look.
it's just for Bob.
They told me, ba-rum-ba-bum-bum, a newborn king to see, ba-rum-ba-bum-bum. Our finest gifts we bring, ba-rum-ba-bum-bum, bum, rum-ba-bum-bum. Rum-pa-bum-bum, bum. When they come, hey, little baby, rum-pa-bum-bum. I am a poor boy too, rum-pa-bum-bum. I have no gift to bring, rum-pa-bum-bum, that's fit to give a king, rum-pa-bum-bum, rum-pa-bum-bum, rum-pa-bum-bum. Shall I play for you, rum-pa-bum-bum, on my drum? Mary nodded, rum-pa-bum-bum. The ox Then he smiled at me, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, me and my drum. Me and my drum. Me and my drum.
Cheryl Collins.
And the special treats continue, because now we bring up Luke and Layla Ramatka, and they're going to read the two versions of the Christmas story, and we're just so happy to have them, so welcome them.
Do I get to use the microphone?
Yes.
Don't play around with it.
You know what, hold on, so you don't have to mess with the sound. We're going to give you this one. Use this one, because those have reverb in them.
Reverb on it.
And this will be better. So read out of this one, and then when you're done, you give it to Luke. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So my name is Layla
Let's put this
Ramatka,
with
and
you
I'm
right
gonna and I'm gonna be reading from the 2nd chapter of Luke. And it happened in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus to take census of all the people, and every man went to be registered in his own city. Joseph also went up from Nazareth, a city of Galilee, to Judea, the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, with his bride Mary, while she was with child, that they may be registered there. And it came to pass when they were there that her days to be delivered were fulfilled. And she gave birth to her firstborn son, and she wrapped him in swaddling clothing and laid him in a manger, because there was no room where they were lodging. Now that the shepherds were in the region where they were staying, and they were watching their flocks at night, and behold, the angel of God came to them. And the angel said to them, I bring you glad tidings of great joy, and which to be all the world. For this day is born to you in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord. And it came to pass when the angels departed that the shepherds spoke one another, saying, Let's go to Bethlehem and see what has happened. And they came hurriedly and found Mary and Joseph and the babe laid in the manger. When they saw the child, they made known the word which was spoken to them concerning the boy. And all who heard it were amazed by the things at which the shepherds had told them.
From the 2nd chapter of Matthew. When Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judah in the days of Herod the king, there came Magi from the east of Jerusalem, and they were saying, Where is the King of Jews who has been born? For we have seen his star in the east, and we have come to worship him. But when Herod the king heard this, he trembled, and all Jerusalem with him. So he gathered together all the high priests and scribes of the people, and he kept asking them where the Christ would be born. And they said, In Bethlehem of Judah. Herod in secret tried to get the Magi to spy for him, saying, Go and inquire very carefully concerning the boy, and when you have found him, come back and let me know, so that I also may go and worship him. But when Magi went the way of the star until it came and stood just above the place where the infant boy was, and they entered the house and saw the child with Mary, his mother, they threw themselves down and worshipped him. And they opened their treasures and offered to him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh.
Thank you.
Nice.
That's beautiful. Come on, Jan.
They rock it.
Our next soloist is our leader of our sisterhood. It was Jan Daly.
Yes, too. Happy everything to everyone. Go ahead. Starting for just a sec. All right. Go for it, guys.
Said the night wind to the little lamb, do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little lamb, do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night with a tail as big as a kite, with a tail as big as a kite. Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear?
Hear what I hear.
Sing above the trees, shepherd boy. Hear what I hear.
Hear what I hear.
A song, high above the trees, with a voice as big as the sea. With a voice as big as the sea. Said the Lord boy to the mighty king, know what I know? Do you know a child shivers in the cold? Let us bring him silver and gold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Pray for peace, people everywhere. Listen to what I say. A child, sleeping in the night. He will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jen.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
It is so live within our center. It's just beautiful. Jan, that was beautiful. Yeah, thank you. Right. And the award goes to everybody. In many ways, it does. You know, we read, Mary and Joseph running from Herod the king and trying to figure out where do we go next and all that kind of stuff. It's something deeper. So we're going to break this down into the story and how it relates to each and every one of us, because that's really the important stuff. But it's done in this really wonderful cast. I mean, you've got the villains. You've got Caesar. He represents the out, we hear, not the feeler and the seer. And then you got Herod, this king who's the narrow-minded part of ourselves, the jealous part of ourselves, the destructive nature. You know you got it. You kick your toe in the middle of the night and you want to throw something. You open up the letter, it's another one from the IRS, you want to rip it up. We have that destructive nature. We have the Herod with. He also represents that part of us that wants to slay a new idea. You see, Herod wants to find this Christ child. He wants to use the Magi to do it. But what he really wants to do is not to worship. He wants to get rid of this, kill that idea. You can't do that. You don't know how to do that. You don't have the power to do that, especially if the idea comes from the heart. And Jesus represents that love, that heart, right? So those are the villains. Now you got the stars of the show. Jesus, of course. Love, peace, promise, light. All those things that Herod doesn't want. All those things that Augustus is afraid of. And we're afraid of some of those things sometimes too. To be peaceful, to live for the promise, to stay in our light. We sometimes want to hide in the shadows and live from our darkness. And then there's Mary, who brings us intuition and faith and trust and surrender. When the angel Gabriel came to her and said, you will have this Christ child, she's like, what? Me? Okay. I accept. She surrendered into it, she accepted it, she trusted it. That's that part of us when we get that divine idea and we touch into something that says, go with it, follow the flow, follow the Mary energy within us and let that happen. And then there's Joseph, who represents imagination and wisdom. I mean, here's a guy who's like, I'll help this woman. I will betroth her and I will help her raise this child as if it is my own. That's wisdom, to understand and to imagine something greater than what the physical senses are expressing for us. And so it's a part of us to come out. Guide the guileless and the innocent. They guide the sheep who will go with trust, you see. So there's that part of us that is the shepherd of our ideas, the connecting part to the divine presence, that we need to trust into that pure, innocent part of ourselves. And then there's the Magi. That deeper soul, intergenerational wisdom that we all have, the wisdom of our ancestors, that part, where you go like, God, I feel my grandmother speaking to me right now. Oh, this reminds me of Uncle Joe and what he used to do. That's where the Magi are. They're the ones that have the seat of history, the global consciousness, that deeper part of the collective. It's that idea that tells us that when we get to be 55, we're going to need glasses. That's collective consciousness, right? It is not true. No. One of my favorite theologians, who, if he had come along sooner, I might have ended up as a Catholic instead of a religious scientist, Richard Rohr. And he says that religion can only use the language of metaphor because we are pointing to the transcendent. So when you're reading these stories out of the Bible, when you're reading these stories out of, and we say the Bible, but it's really two big books. There's what I call the Hebrew Bible, the Torah, and then there is the Christian Bible. They just smashed them together at some point in Nicaea because a bunch of guys got in the way of the truth. But I digress. No tangents today. I'm just going to hold to the fact that what Rohr says is true. These books are filled with metaphor, and sometimes we are so busy looking at the words, at what Reverend Johann used to call the black fire on the page, that we miss the white fire, the spot in between the words. And see, that's what these stories are calling us to look at. They're calling us to look at the burning white part of the pages that's not said. What's not being said is the stuff that is a part of us. That's why the award goes to us when we live from that space, you see. And then you have the scene of this story, the manger, this humble place, this holder of new life that provides this space for gifts, for creativity and love and wisdom and joy and peace to unfold, and a place that's awaiting acceptance. Who wants to be in the manger? So the idea of accepting that space and then applying what comes from that space. This is also a part of what we get from the story. How do I accept this wisdom that's coming down to me? And then how do I apply it? That's what the story of religious science is all about. How do we apply the principles into our lives? And this character that's there, this central character, Jesus, this baby, this gift personified that is so much a part of us. The Jesus part of that is that thing that is call us into action. It wasn't that he just hung out and was like, I'm the son of God. Into action and did things and moved through things. This is what we're being called to. And see, this is our challenge, though. All those different parts, the Herod, the Augustus Caesar, the Magi, the shepherds, Joseph, Mary, and the Christ child, all of that within us. Our challenge is to right-size all those pieces within us, those various parts, so that we can unwrap our gifts. You see, so the reason we get these gifts, again, back to metaphor, all these gifts under the tree, they're there to remind us that there are gifts within us that we have not unwrapped yet. In fact, George Bendel, one of Dr. Holmes' buddies who used to hang out with him and drive him in his later years, wrote this book called Holy Days and Holidays. And in it he says that there are gifts awaiting us, gifts of God that somehow or other we have allowed to remain wrapped, tied up, and put away. See, these stories this time of year, and it comes back around when we do the Easter story as well. And the story of Hanukkah and the miracle that takes place with the faith around the oil, all of these stories are telling us that there's something within us greater than what we believe that is trying to come unfold and unfold through us. This is our journey. This is what we get to do. And then what sat with me was like, why is it a birth story? Why a birth story? Well, because this challenge, this time, is to mark an adventure. You know, we're embarking on a great adventure. Thus, this time of year is called the Advent, because we're embarking on a great adventure of spiritual introspection and of deep reflection, you see. And a birth is when you step into a vast, uncharted territory. No one knows the arc of a child when they're born. No one knows the arc of an idea when it's born. You think you got an idea, then you step into it, and something even bigger unfolds. See, in truth, I had this conversation with John a little bit ago. We were talking about New Year's Eve, and both of us were like, every day's New Year's Eve. Every day is a new birth. Every day is a new opportunity to step into this vast, uncharted territory and to use all those characters to help us move into this new beginning, to move into a new area of growth, to apply these principles, to do what Dr. Holmes says and promises when he says that we receive more as we grow more. We receive more as we grow more. There's actually a lovely tree that's growing in a field right here that's right there. There it is. Ba-doom! It's a miracle! Light another candle. And I truly believe that we grow more as we remember ourselves. We grow through our remembering. When all our parts are acting together as one, then we can translate our lives into a new opportunity. We can translate our story of ourselves to become more to ourselves and more to each other. See, as we become more to ourselves, we become more valuable to the other, and we become more to each other. And so that's why so much collective stuff. That's why we sing the songs together, so that we can connect together, so that we can become more for ourselves and more for each other. We raise our voices in this sing of the promise of peace, in this story of hope unfolding. When we're singing, joy to the world, the Lord has come, we must know that the God within us is greater than any condition or any situation. Joy to the world, for the Lord has come. What is the Lord? The Lord is the lawgiver. So in science of mind, the Lord is the law. Joy to the world, for the law is here. We have principles that we can apply in our lives that will help us grow into this more expansive space. What happens when all our parts are acting as one. And when that happens, we get to do what my dear friend Richard Wagamasi of the Ojibwe people in his book Embers writes. Remember to remember. Remember to remember. And when I do, then everything I encounter becomes beneficiary. Think about this. I love this guy. Is he great? He's like, what? Remember to remember? What happens then? Here's what happens. When you do that, everything you do becomes beneficiary. Everything you do benefits someone else and yourself. You see? This is the joy of this time of year. This is the root at this story that we tell each year, that we sit around and talk about the Christ child and sing the Silent Night and light the candles and wrap the gifts and all that kind of stuff. It's all designed for us to grow more into ourselves so that we can be more beneficial to everyone else. And that's why I wrote this talk title as, and the award goes to you. And so it is. All right. And so today, first time you're seeing the affirmation, so read it there for a minute. Get those words in your head. This is the truth of you. This is the truth of you. Here we go. At this time, on this day, I remember we all play an award-worthy role. And so that is.
Hi, Arlene.
Yes. All right. We're not going to do a healing prayer today because we're going to do some more healing activities. But before we do that, I'm going to invite Marianne Giblin to come up and help us with our practicing of the law of circulation. And then we're going to go back and doing some more good stuff after that. Uh-oh.
Actually, we missed something.
Did we?
Yep.
Oh, no. Sherry gets to sing. That's excellent. That's so good because these batteries just went dead, and I'm going to put some new ones in it. Nice. Remember to remember
the batteries.
Yes.
You know, that happens a lot at this time of year, right? We get things, we need batteries in them. Don't forget the batteries. Go ahead and start. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. You can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we sit by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter
So join me now in this affirmation. Divine love is doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for the Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley, and the world. Now, divine love is victorious.
John Sheely. Oh, wait, right. Come on up.
Here. And so how grateful we are for this bountiful blessing. I know that as it comes forth from you, it is pressed down, multiplied, and builds into a higher and greater expression of wealth, health, and well-being. In joy and celebration, we give thanks for this good. Thank you. So it is. So it is.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. To sing and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey such as me and some turtle praise. They do make the reason why. Tiny dots with their eyes all aglow, I'm sure to find it here tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you.
Before you go. You were marvelous. Hey, come here. Who are you? So, you're 92 now, right?
91.
90. Oh, so tomorrow, 91 tomorrow. Happy birthday, Christmas baby.
Thank you.
Next year when you sing it, you can sing it to 92 like me. Yeah, we love you, buddy.
Love you too.
Thank you so much. Okay. Sherry, do you want to,
Yes,
please?
absolutely. Come with me, handsome. Oh, that's cool.
That's a big one. All right. Yeah, man. John makes 92 look good, doesn't he? So we've identified some qualities of God, and we light a candle in each of those qualities. I'm going to invite up John McCloskey, Jack D'Agostanian, Darlene Bellis, Elena Cosio, Angel Baker, and Reverend Nancy Fuller and Marianne Giblin to come line up over here as we begin the process of lighting these various God, aspects of God and sharing some thoughts that you have about it. And I will turn the mic over now to John.
Thank you, Rev. Wow, John Shealy. Feeling joy. That was beautiful, John. I'm honored that Reverend Stephen has asked me to light a candle, and mine is for joy. So I look across the stage. I see my wife. Where'd she go? There she is. I feel joy a lot with her. Anyway, I do have a definition that I actually wrote out. And it's called, what is joy? Joy is a driving force in human nature, and it exerts a power pull on us, drawing us to our highest purpose and complete expression of our gifts. The Dalai Lama says, the very purpose of life is to seek happiness. Our brains are wired to seek out events, people, and things that create joy and happiness. So I light this candle in recognition of joy. That is God. I'm going to try it this way. Yeah, there you go. That's joy.
I'm also honored that, Reverend Stephen, you asked me to light a candle. Wisdom, the ability to think and to act, utilizing knowledge, experience, common sense. I light this candle in recognition of the wisdom that is God.
Well, mine's peace. And whenever I'm in this room, I'm just filled with peace. And what I wrote is, I reliably generate peace when I remember that life is always for me, never against. And I light this candle in recognition of the peace that is God.
And my word for today is power. And I just didn't think that I could come up with the proper thing. I went straight to Ernest Holmes. And he says, power is the energy by which everything lives. God's creative power of mind is right here. We have as much of this power to use as we believe in and embody. I light this candle in the recognition of the power that is God.
having me. Everybody here has been so sweet and kind to me, and I'm really grateful for that. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. When we hear the word beauty, we inevitably think that beauty belongs in a special elite realm where only the extraordinary dwells. Yet, without realizing it, each day, each one of us is visited by beauty. When you actually listen to people, it is surprising how often beauty is mentioned. A world without beauty would be unbearable. John O'Donohue. I light this candle in recognition of the beauty that is God.
Well, I have love, and I could have looked up 1,000 verses on love. And I could have quoted chapter and verse, but that's not what's in my heart. My heart is in the last 2 years, I lost both of my parents and my father 2 weeks ago. And that is the legacy that I bring forward from my parents, love. They love the world, they love their faith, and they love to be of service. And that love is a verb and an action word. And always has been in my life, in their lives. And we have such a huge legacy going forward in this next generation of beautiful people that have learned love from these two original parents of mine. So I'm just knowing that I could have said, and what is true is that God is love, and that each one of us is God in action. So each one of us brings forth that legacy of love. So I light this candle in the recognition of the love that is God.
And I am, light. And I too went to Ernest Holmes because light's a kind of a big topic. And what came to me, besides being blinded by the light of the illumination of all you bright souls today, is light was the first great revelation of divine creative energy that called all living things into being. Let there be light, and there was light. There is healing light in the rays of the sun, which we term a physical light. There is healing power in the wonderful power which Jesus recognized in himself and in others when he said, I am the light of the world. He that follows me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. I have set thee to be a light. He that loveth his brother abideth in the light. The sons of God without rebuke, ye shine as lights in the world. And I light this candle in recognition of the light that is God.
look, I don't have to announce them. They're right there on the screen. You know these beautiful people.
John, can I unplug this guitar?
Yeah.
Welcome back. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, you know, I was starting to worry with the amount of fire that was going on up here. I thought there's the menorah, there's the majora, but the menorah kind of fizzled out here. So, but I hear on the last day of Hanukkah, which is tomorrow, they're going to light that panel right there. So, that's our hope, anyways.
I was going to say hello to the people, but clearly you're already
So
talking.
I was talking to our good friend John over here earlier on and asking him questions about things, and I said, what's with the V on the wall? And he said, no, he told me that it was to celebrate the lesser known of all of the reindeer. That's Vixen. Vixen actually is not getting his due, so I thought it was nice. So let's celebrate that.
I was so worried because I did tell him before we, a little earlier, I said, you behave yourself. You do not say inappropriate things.
I've done that before.
But no, that was good, Sherry. That was a good one. Oh yeah, no, that was acceptable. Yeah, that was acceptable. It's been much worse. Yeah, I had to come up without my glasses on just because I did my makeup and stuff, but now I can't see the words and things, so I have to do that. Thank you. It's so nice to be here, and thank you, Reverend Stephen, and great talk, and what a wonderful way to bring in the Christmas, for us too, Christmas Eve, because we're alone. We have no kids left. We're empty nesters, and
Okay.
I know.
That's nice. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah. What's for supper?
You got a fold-out couch.
Yeah.
But it's near the menorah, so watch yourself.
All right, you ready?
Are you?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
We learned this one yesterday. It's always fun. I hope we don't wreck it. Ready? Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. As I walk down the road at set of sun, the lambs were coming homeward one by one. I heard a sheep bell softly calling them along the little road to Bethlehem. Beside an open door as I drew nigh, I heard sweet Mary sing a lullaby. She sang about the lambs at close of day and rocked her tiny boy among the hay. Across the air the silver sheep bells rang. The lambs are coming home, sweet Mary sang. Your star of gold is shining in the sky. So sleep, my little boy, go lullaby. As I walk down the road of set of sun, the lambs were coming homeward one by one. I heard a sheep bell softly calling them along the little road to Bethlehem. Along the little road to Bethlehem. Ooh.
along the little road to Bethlehem, along the little road to Bethlehem, along the little road to Bethlehem.
That's gorgeous.
I don't know. I think it sounds like you learned it 2 days ago. So you're not supposed to tell people that either.
It was wonderful. Yes. What a sweet service. So much support. First, I want to acknowledge John up in the booth. He's running solo today. Gregory's not here. And Daniela stepped in on slides today. Grateful for that. And her support, Dakota, working that. And our Soul Purpose Band. Jim Tauber, thank you so much for stepping up. Love the hat. Our guest pianist for today. Our regulars, Steve Fowler. We got Bob Townley. And Saul is back in the house. Saul Latzer stepping in for Randy Jones, who's out. And Sherry Dietz picking up the drum today. As well as yourself, and of course the music director directing all that. And then, okay, so then we had Darlene as doing all kinds of things, including working the baskets today with help from Layla, really support for that. Deborah doing the stage, and Marianne is our practitioner for the day. And then we had all this wonderful people that participated. Thank you, Mark, for coming out, and Dina. It's so grateful. It's so great to have you with us each year. Cheryl Robinson Collins singing The Little Drummer Boy. I already spoke about Layla and Luke, but your reading was fantastic. Jan Daly with your song. Sherry with the Winter Wonderland. Marianne doing a great job on the prayer today. And John Sheely. Oh, my God. We love you, John. Yeah. We love you. And Bill and Arlene, the Coles, working it.
And we have the congregation has a gift for you, so we'd like to bring it up at this moment right now.
Okay. Wow.
Carol Merrill.
What's behind door number 4? Right.
Can I say a little something?
You can say, yeah. Do you want a microphone to like make it so the internet people can hear it?
Infected one.
Here, try this one because that one's going to have a reverb on it. Because that's going to have a lot of reverb on it. Try this straight talker.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, use the straight talker.
So no one use this one after me.
Oh,
Testing 1,
that
2, 3.
thing. Okay, right. Well, it's the last one.
I'll clean it.
It's fine.
So, every Sunday, Reverend Stephen shows up with a big smile on his face. He's always happy to see us and everything. And you never know what's going on in the background and all the issues that he faces and when we're in the red and trying to get in the black. And he's there for everyone. And he may be the shepherd of sheep, but sometimes I'm guessing it's like herding cats instead of sheep. Just a little. So this is just a little something from us to say thank you for everything. Thank you for being our spiritual leader. Thank you for being such a good friend, just for everything you do. And because I'm sick, I'll do the...
Boom. Thank you. Love you too. We'll put this over here. We'll put the... Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. It's an honor. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. You know, it was so interesting when I... please sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. When Jim... You know, Jim was my teacher in ministerial school. And he was going away one week, and he said, hey, you want to come and speak at my center? And that's when I came. I don't know, some of you might remember, that's when I came with the locks, and I stood up here in my jacket, because I came founder style, and my jacket and everything, all formal. And I felt something even then. I was like, oh my God, this is a really great space. I love this space. And then we fast forward 2 years. The day that Jim announced that he was leaving the center, there was a regional meeting. And I walked up to him at the regional meeting, and I said, so I understand that you retired today. Yeah, I did, and you should. I never asked him any question. He says, just do it. Do what? Just do it. And then Lane had to call me 3 times to ask me if I was going to candidate. And I'm just so grateful that you accepted me here and that I was able to fulfill that urge, you know, that I didn't listen to the Herod and the Augustus and all that stuff, and that I actually did a little Joseph imagination business. I actually listened to my talk today, which is kind of weird, and stepped into this. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be the, what you call shepherd, oh my God, of this community, of the cats. Yeah, beautiful. Hey, so now we're going to sing Silent Light, but first we're going to, now, when we've had candlelight before, we've had a lot of folks. We don't have quite the full house that we had before, but I'm thinking that maybe if everybody lines up in the row that Nancy and Elaine and Cindy are in, and you fill that row, then we can probably come around and make a circle about this size, right? So that row, and then we'll come around and fill up this space here, right? So everybody, let's all stand up. We're going to come around, because this is the part where we sing Silent Night together, and then we light our candles. And it actually gets pretty touching, I think. I don't know. It does me. Something about all the candles and being standing in a circle. It's so nice. So I'm going to ask Mark and Dina and Rebecca to step into that little space there, and Karen and your friend. And I don't remember your name, but I know that I met you recently. Tell me your name again. Jim. Good to see you, Jim. Dina, do you want me to help you come over to this space? Your chariot is waiting. There you go. All right. All right, so I'm going to grab one of these lights right here, and I'm going to give you a light. Do you have your candle? Do you have your candle? There you go. There you go. I'm going to go get 2 more. Don't worry. There's candles everywhere. Okay? Sleep in heavenly peace. Is it going? There you go.
Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sign, glory streams from heaven.
Now, everybody, just hum it. Bring it down into a hum. So here's what we know. That as we move into this space of deep understanding and prayer, as we hold this light of the divine in our hands, it represents that symbol, that transcendent symbol of the light that is within each and every one of us. I pull forth the energy of Dr. Susan right now, who would traditionally lead this closing prayer in our candlelight service, and know that she is with us in this moment. I'm sure she's watching it online, and you're with me now, my dear sister. As we know that the healing power of the divine moves through each and every one of us, as we bring this year of 2022 to a close and look brightly to the 2023, we know that this presence within us gives us the power and the strength to move forward into the most magnificent and exuberant experience of life possible. The core of our being is the light of the divine, and it moves forward in a way that gives us an assurance, a reliability, an immutability, and a malleability. So we can shift, we can form, we can create as the co-creative spirit of nature, moving forth in a wonderful way. So I bless each and every one of us on our journeys, and know that the power and the love and the law of the divine goes forward with us into all of our endeavors, leading, guiding, supporting, and uplifting. And so with a deep sense of gratitude, I release this word of divine knowing into that perfect law that knows only one response: yes, yes, and so it is.
Holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Crown yon virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace.
Thank you,
so much.
everybody. It was a lovely, lovely night.
Lovely service. Thank you, music team. Thanks all of you for being here. I ask you to just blow your candles out now. Careful of the wax as we go lay them back out on the tables, and go have a wonderful and a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
A wonderful, happy last days of Hanukkah. If you celebrate Kwanzaa, happy Kwanzaa. And we'll see all of you next week, same time, for our cleansing and our releasing ceremony. It's going to be fun, and there will be more fire. Yes.
Silent night, holy night.